Okay, so we should be live right now. Huh. So we should be live right now. Okay. Um. Um. Alright. So let me adjust some audio levels. I don't want to nuke you guys. Volume. Um. Alright. So let me adjust some audio levels. I don't want to nuke you guys. Volume. Um. Alright. So let me. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, so pardon my terrible audio. Doesn't sound very great. Whatever. Okay. Alright. So, actually gonna do some things real quick. Make some modifications. Because this doesn't need to be like terribly long. Yeah. It's gonna be like 3 or 2. Yeah, perfect. And then what we can do is create a sketch or something. Probably around here. So we want at least this much. And then what we can do is we can create arc. Oh, hello there. I see that someone has joined the stream. I wonder if we can make this parallel. Should be. Probably not with curves. But we put those two on top of each other. Should be good. And please don't. Yeah. So what we're trying to go for is something like this. For the wheels. So yeah. Oh, another person. Wow. 3 people. So, in case you didn't know, it's my first time live streaming. I didn't know if my quality is good or not. I'm pretty sure the audio is pretty terrible when I started streaming, but I don't know. If you guys can tell me, that'd be great. But yeah, we're just here hanging out. This is my combat robot that I'm trying to make. It's 3 pounds. And right now I'm modeling the wheels. So yeah. Actually, no, that was a terrible idea. I should. So a lot of times, instead of circular pattern, instead of doing that with the sketch, you should model it in. For example, an extrude. Bro, I can't. You want to extrude first, for example. Make sure you're cutting what you want to cut. Right here. No, I don't want to cut all of that. I want to cut these. Yeah. See, you model in what you want to do, and then what you want to do, now you can create your circular pattern. You just select features, this, and you want to find the axis, which is that, and we can do as many as you want. So probably a lot, because we want it to be nice and compliant. So let's do optimized, and boom. You can see that should be like a compliant tire, so when you press down on it, you can see basically if it's made out of TPU, it's gonna like squish down, which is what we want. And I can also tweak this and make the cutouts bigger and smaller thanks to Fusion 360 being parametric. So just make it 1. Like that. And yeah. Maybe like 175. Let's change some things. This has to be fixed. And then we can go like that. There. Looks a lot better. That's a compliant wheel, and yeah. So for the 2 people that are in here watching, hello. Could you guys let me know if like the audio is fine or everything's coming along fine? Because right now I literally have 0 idea what's going on your end. But if everything's alright, I'll just take that as a yes. That if no one says anything. so that's the interior, so we can do sort of. Oh, hello. Sup, Go Blue? Audio is good, just a small echo. Alright, that's fine. That's cool. Are you a avid Fusion 360 user? Or not so much? Yeah. Pretty sure there's some latency with the live stream because yeah, it's my first time, if you couldn't really tell, but we're just doing our best here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Health line. Do that. And then finish. And then extrude this. Start object. Extend to object. Oh, you're totally new, but learning? Yeah, that's cool. Honestly, I only started Fusion 360 like, let's see, a couple months ago actually. I think I've been using it for almost like 8 months now. Definitely you should, it's definitely worth the learning curve. Because you'll find that like, you'll be able to do so many things with it once you get used to it. Yeah. I honestly kind of surprised myself like how much I know compared to like, say, a couple months ago. So yeah, definitely worth it. So yeah, you're on the right track. Let's just pull this guy out. Or I can't yet. Well, so that's like a compliant wheel, and theoretically, if I did it right, it should mirror onto the other side. Yeah. So when it mirrors onto the other side, I won't need to like model it again. Yeah. For those of you that are there, just to give you some background, like I started 3D printing with back in like 2022, like I think it was like 2-3 years ago with a Prusa i3 Mark III. It was one of the best printers then, I guess, before Bamboo Lab came along. Thanks, Go Blue. But yeah, so I started with Tinkercad. I was pretty nice, but I was never really good at it. But there's some people that are really good at Tinkercad, and basically they can model some really intricate models with Tinkercad because, well, just a tip in general and going off of it. Everything, like every model in life, like everything you're looking at, even your computer, no matter how complex the shape is, it's actually made out of like smaller and very basic shapes. I can like talk you guys through this design, this 3-pound combat robot that I'm gonna compete with NHL. So obviously the wheels are cylinders. This belt is, for example, a rectangular prism, and then like a hollowed out half cylinder, if that makes any sense. Bearings and stuff are cylinders. These motors are cylinders, and then everything can be like created with like really simple shapes. So it's like one of the principles that are really helpful if you're gonna reverse engineer something. So yeah. So those are my TPU compliant wheels. So I don't know if you guys saw it, but a while back, Mark Rober, I'm sure you probably heard of him, like big YouTuber. He made a video on compliant mechanisms, and this is basically the same thing. So the TPU, which is a flexible material, is supposed to like bend down a little bit, so it like squishes down, and that gives it better traction theoretically. Yeah. So, first live stream, pretty exciting. Yeah. Right now, my main thing for the robot is like getting it more aesthetically pleasing. Because if you didn't know, this is going to be fully 3D printed, which is quite interesting for a combat robot. A lot of people use a lot of metal things and like laser cut plates and stuff, but I'm just making it all out of 3D prints, which has its own strengths and weaknesses, but I'm trying to make it look as good as possible, and right now the flat back isn't really the vibe I'm going for. I love Prussia. I ordered a Centauri carbon. Can't wait to practice more. Fusion looks as so complete. Great tool. Have you seen the wheels they used to go on Mars or Moon for the vehicle? Looks interesting. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the beauty of 3D printing, these TPU compliant things is that they're actually airless, so like you don't need to worry about things getting popped or deflated. Actually, let's go check that out. Like, so Mars rover wheels. That might be, yeah, definitely. A lot of these things are, yeah. Mars and Moon. Yeah, definitely. I mean, 3D printing and like all these design concepts, they're pretty prevalent, and even like more serious applications than just a combat robot. But yeah. Anything else I should make? So I definitely want to have some sort of a belt cover that goes over and possibly attaches to these things. So yeah, I know that was a very, very vague description of what I'm trying to do, but yeah, you guys can just watch me do my thing, you know. Go blue. One tip I would give you from my very limited knowledge is learning the fusion hotkeys. Sorry, I can't pronounce it very well. Basically, they make your workflow a lot faster. Like, some of them are built in, like, for example, E for extrude, I think R for rectangle, but you can also customize your own and, like, make things, like, customize the hotkeys so that they make intuitive sense to yourself. Like, I made, so C, I forgot what it was, but because C, I think it's, wait here, let me just check it out for a second, real quick. C, what's C do? Oh, C is circle, of course it is. Okay, but, like, I wanted a hotkey for chamfer, which, because C was taken, I put it as Shift C, so, that's, like, one of my hotkeys. F is for, like, fillet or fillet, however you're supposed to pronounce it, and, yeah, generally, learning the hotkeys is super helpful, especially for, starting out. Yeah, so, learn the hotkeys, you got it. Let me edit this. Because, to be honest with you, where I'm at in Fusion is I don't really use actually all of the features, and I should probably learn more of the features as I get better. Oh my god, sorry. I should probably learn more of them, but if you see at the top panel, you see solid surface mesh, sheet metal, plastic. I honestly only use solid 99% of the time, which is a good thing, and but like it just shows that you don't need to use a lot of Fusion's like super advanced features to get good stuff done. So yeah, it's quite a capable tool. So okay, now we can create a nice shape to it. One of the hardest things for me, like you'll soon get to know the CAD software really, really well, but then the next like roadblock you'll encounter in your like journey is like the exact design you want to make. Like you know you want it, like you sort of know what it looks like, but if when you hop in CAD, you like need to really think how you're gonna make that design come to life. So those are one of the harder parts of it. Learning the CAD will come very naturally, so don't worry. Okay. Here and then 16. Oh, another thing is if you're hopping in between these input boxes, see I'm switching 1612, 1612. A really nice tip is to use the tab key because it just makes switching so much faster instead of like using your mouse to click. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so what I'm trying to do here is create a little thing so this thing can be bolted down to the frame. And then it can, so this will be a new component. And then this will like go upwards. I wonder how I should tackle this. Yeah, let's go look at some inspiration. No, not that right. See, this guy, if you look at the... Oh my gosh. Oh, we're looking at Instagram now. You can see, like, there's these little, diagonal slants that go down. Probably not the best looking. Links maybe? Oh my gosh, sorry guys. Okay, there we go. See, this guy has a plate. Yeah, okay, so makes sense what I'm trying to do. So, these, there needs to be like two diagonals that come down. So that's actually pretty straightforward, I'm gonna say. But I need to do some major design changes. So over here, we will, some design changes need to be made. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep yapping about random stuff now. Especially with these like really large assemblies, which this is like one of my very first ones, in fact. It's kind of annoying because sometimes you'll forget where you left off and you need to like kind of like re-look at it for like a few minutes and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, that's where I did this or that's where I did that. Okay, so, and then some things like mess up each other because of the parametricness of this, the design, software fusion, right? Like, if you mess something up before, like, you change it, it's gonna, like, change, stuff, like, elements, like, after. So, yeah. Sometimes a bit of a headache. Now, here I'm trying to find where I did that fillet, but it's not showing. Okay, so it says it's one of these guys. I know it's that, but, so it could be this. Oh, maybe it is this. So I'm just gonna unselect these, and then we can make it diagonal. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is to create the diagonal. So we want to sketch first. And then we want to project, P for project, that's another hotkey. And then we want to project the floor as well. And another thing that helps a lot is hitting isolate. And then you see only what you want to see, which is perfect. Alright. And now it's a little bit tricky, but should be okay. So we want like sort of a slant. We want to look at the weapon belt. So let's make this go along with the weapon belt. Up to like around there maybe. And then we can drop it down. And then we'll have like never mind, I'll make this go to this surface. Yeah. Another like thing that pisses me off when in Fusion is like when you change something and then the projections get like messed up and like this sketch plane gets messed up and whatever. Like Fusion generally really likes to be picky about that stuff, so make sure you're doing the right things. So I want to join, but not with the top plate, nor with this guy. Yeah, this is really chunky, but that's one of the things about 3D printed designs is that you can get away with. You can really get away with this type of stuff. And then we're gonna move it a little bit, like before. Yeah. And the more chunky things are, right, the more like structurally stable it is. So, especially for 3D prints when you're dealing with not super strong materials, this can be quite helpful. Just like that. Alright. Oh shoot. Well, yeah, so this is one of the harder parts. I'm not sure how to go about this, but you can see I'm supposed to like screw in the motor right there, but now it's blocking it. So we gotta find a way to fix that. So let me delete the feature. And one thing I want to check is, you guys see this line right here? Oh, go blue. I just saw that message. See ya. Thanks for the subscription. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Just gonna keep chugging along here. And I see a bunch of errors in this thing. Yo, okay. What is going on here? So I don't think this one should be here. Yeah, where's this, okay. I am quite confused now. Maybe this. Okay, I'll just Control Z. Control Z. Yep. Okay. So this guy. Okay, so we're trying to look at this guy, and we don't want to block off this motor mount here. So actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that extrusion, which happened. I'm not sure where. Here. I'll repeat this thing, and then what I'm gonna do is cut a little cutout here, and then I'll cut a cutout so that the motor mount can be fastened properly. And because we're dealing with 3D printing, we should be okay. So that did not work as intended. So the start object should be this one. Perfect. And then I'm not quite sure. Actually, I think I can bring the sketch further back. Alright, hello one other person that's on the stream. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're well. That's... yeah. Perfect. And then I just need to go here, and then project this guy. Nope, that's not P, that was O. Project. And then we just need to cut a hole. So all we need here, let's do a rectangle, and then we can fill it. Center rectangle, just like that. And we should definitely fill it because it's pretty thin at that corner. Just like that. Yeah, that's gonna be terribly gnarly to, like, mount. You know, we could actually just embed the nuts inside the mount. I think, yeah, I actually think that we might do that. I do think that might be good. How would that look? I'm sketching this in person now. So, nuts can be secured in there. And this guy. That's still a little bit gnarly, but you know, yeah, that's definitely not as bad. Yeah, definitely not as bad. So, yeah. Oh, hello. Another person joined. we're just chilling, 3D modeling, doing all this fun stuff, you know? Yeah, I'll change the value later. Shoot. Make this taller. Probably just delete this. Yep. Looks good. And this can be something like 5 maybe. This can come in. Yeah. Okay. Drop this down. Yeah. Okay, so that's really not too bad. And then what we're gonna do is, because we're gonna embed some M3 nuts inside this mount, which should, in theory, be a lot more easy to assemble, because you just gotta slide them in. So this guy can go away. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, first I'm gonna hit a chamfer on this guy. So like 3, that's way too big. 2. Alright. And then we're gonna look at how thick this is. So it's 5 mils. That's already a good amount, but let's just extrude it to here. Just gonna extrude to object like that. Alright. So now we have that. And then I really want to expand this out a little bit, make it a little bit chunkier. Let's see if we can do that. These two, just 2 mils. Yeah, that did the trick. And probably this one as well. Just 2 mils. Okay, perfect. So you can see with 3D printing, you can get things to be pretty chunky. Okay. Oh yeah, maybe. Can you stop?